Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care what you say or AK. I want to know what Michael Grochmal thinks. He is the president of AtlasCare, and he joins us right now. Michael, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you today?
We're great. And before we get into talking about you and your business and how you guys are coping with the fact that, you're an essential service, how much of a sports fan are you?
I try as much as I can. I got 3 young kids, so I'm usually at their sports, but I try to keep abreast of the pro sports scene.
So since you're such a devoted dad, I'm going to assume you don't play golf?
I yearn to play golf.
Yeah, well, give it 10 years and you'll be doing it. So thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks.
You were listed as an essential service. Now you guys provide heating and air conditioning, right?
Yeah, so we do residential heating and air conditioning, and we do plumbing and drains as well. So all those things I think people need to have right now.
I thought of you last night. I went upstairs and I thought, oh, man, it's hot up here. The second floors of homes are like it's an ongoing battle, and that's why I'm using this for my own time, man. How do you get it cool enough upstairs when the air conditioning that was not installed by a company like yours doesn't make it cool enough?
So there's little things that you can do when it's time for air conditioning season. You definitely can shut off vents in the basement, which is trying to force some of the air upstairs. A lot of times, though, homes weren't necessarily designed back, depending on how old it was, to get that cold air upstairs. Homes in Canada were always designed for heating. And so, again, though, if it's something that is really bothersome, we have experts that can kind of come out and take a look at the construction of the home and then figure out, is there a way to get more air upstairs? Or if not, then, many times we put supplemental cooling upstairs because cold air falls, and so you can make it more comfortable upstairs.
We did that, actually. We put a supplemental unit in. We called it Big Bess. And outside of my wife, my son, my daughter-in-law, and my daughter, Big Bess is my favorite thing on the planet. It's like when it's really hot out, when it's 30 degrees outside, it can be like 28 degrees upstairs in your house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. If you've proper design is really the key to making sure that you're comfortable inside a home. So,
Carlo?
Yeah, no, I could definitely use a separate unit here in my basement because I'm freezing down here.
In that situation, you want to do something different. So if it's in the air conditioning season, you want to make sure you close those vents off. It's in the heating season, though. Sometimes people forget to actually open them back up for heating, so you get the heat down there.
See,
I'll make a note of that.
These are useful tips. So if you guys are an essential service, you're still in operation. But one of the things you do, obviously, is that you go out to residents and you give them an estimate, a quote on putting in air conditioning. What are you doing about that?
Yeah, and so the last couple weeks have been a real whirlwind. I mean, number one, first thing is first, you have to change all your internal procedures and processes. We had to, we go do day. We don't get together in the morning for team huddles and meetings anymore. We're working remotely. We're definitely, doing a daily health check-in with all our staff before they would even think about going to someone's house. We had to secure all the proper protective gear, which, as the hospitals are, shouting right now, it's hard to do right now. But I've been able to, secure the right stuff, and so we left the special masks for the healthcare workers, but we did get surgical masks, just not the N95 ones. And you get proper hand washing, social distancing. We don't need people to sign for things. Everything's electronic, and so we can send it to people. And many cases, we'll go in, do an assessment. Really not have any contact with the homeowner. Send them the quote electronically, and then we can call them and talk about it over the phone. And so, for the most part, when we're in someone's home, we don't really have to have much contact with the homeowner.
Right. I imagine this would be a really busy time for you, right? People thinking summer, people thinking, air conditioning. Maybe not, quite as much now because of coronavirus, because they got other thoughts. But in general, I would think that April would be big for you.
Yeah, so typically it is really big. I mean, right now, I think people have got, other concerns that they're dealing with, either health or financial. One of the things that we are reminding people, though, is that it's really important that people do look, if they're comfortable, at getting maintenance done. During a maintenance visit, the reason we do maintenance is to prevent breakdowns. And so, like the healthcare sector, we want to flatten our own demand curve. if nobody gets their air conditioners maintained and all of a sudden we get our first hot day, there'll be more breakdowns than anyone in our industry can handle. And so, because everything's slowed down, everything from getting supplies and parts from suppliers is slow now because there's no touching, you don't go in, everything happens at a different pace. And so, we're really encouraging people that if you are somebody that really needs air conditioning, there's older people that need it, people with health concerns, pre-existing conditions. My mom used to have MS, people who've had, cancer patients, like they need air conditioning. And, we want to make sure that, we do whatever we can to make sure that's working. So that way, they're not left in a lurch on a really hot day. Because normally, if your air conditioner breaks, you can actually go somewhere. You can go to the mall. You can go to a movie. You can go to a friend's house or a neighbor's house or a family member's. These days, none of those options are available to people, so they're going to be in their homes.
Did you use the term flatten the curve? Would you have done it last year, or are you just adapting to the times, using the lingo of the times?
Well, I don't think we've ever needed to flatten the curve. I mean, fundamentally, a lot of times a lot of the maintenance happens sort of in April and May. It gets hot sort of around the third week of May, and we're able to sort of, manage the emergencies as they come in. I think at this point, a lot of people are, still tepid about having somebody in their home, and because of it, they're sort of putting it off. And so, that is definitely an adaptation of a common vernacular right now.
Awesome. And nice chatting with you. Good to find out that you're still able to do your job, which is a really important job for a lot of people. How do people find out more about AtlasCare?
If they want to find out more about us, they can go to our website, atlascare.ca. As always, they can give us a call at 888-888-1108, and we'll be here to answer.
Thanks, man. A pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, pleasure, Michael. Thank you so much, Carla.
Be well.